My name is Angelica, and I'm going to be telling you guys the series of unfortunate events, my version of it. Okay, so this is a story about the time I went to one of the 7 great wonders of the world, natural wonders of the world. Can you guys guess what it is?
Grand Canyon!
Yep, that's it, right here in our home state of Arizona. Okay, so let me give you a little background of the people that I went with. So the first character I want to bring into the story is my mom. She's the one that orchestrated this whole trip. And she's about 5'2", my size. She's plum-shaped with tree chunks for legs and 2 blown-out knees. The second character is my dad. Now he's like 5'11", and with a big old beer belly. And he's pretty fit for his age. And he just goes along with whatever my mom does. Then my brother also came with us, and he smokes about a pack a day every day. And then my sister, which she's our little cross-country star of the family. And so she was born ready for this trip. And then there's me, ex-gymnast for about 2 years from that point. And this is cake. I can do this. This is easy. So the morning of the whole trip, we're going to go down the South Kaibab Trail, which is about 6 miles down. We're going to stay at Phantom Ranch and hike back up the Angel Trail, which is about 9 miles. So we're starting on our trip. We see these big warning signs everywhere. May cause death. And I'm like, what are they talking about? This is going to be so easy. So we start going down, and the steps are pretty steep. And I was wearing these water shoes. The morning of, we woke up, and then my mom talks to us and says, get dressed and everything. And me and my sister put on these water shoes that my mom bought us the day before. And she looks at us and goes, put on your hiking shoes. And then we go, hiking shoes? What are you talking about? And we forgot to bring our hiking shoes to hike the Grand Canyon. So she wears the water shoes, and my mom has an extra pair of tennis shoes in the back, but they're a little too big. So we're hiking down, and every time I stepped on the steps, my foot would slide forward and my toes would cramp up to the front. And then you're like, those steps are pretty steep, so you're like hitting your toes every time. And then we stop for lunch about 3 miles in, and we meet our first encounter with a group of New Zealand people, and they tell us their story and that they ran out of water and food. And so my mom's bright idea was to give them all of our food and water, well, since we already ate. And then we keep on going. What do we know? We run out of water. We finally get to the bottom. We've got a half a mile left, and then my dad goes, "What the hell do you have in these bags, Bernie? Like, they're so heavy." And then she goes, "Well, there's books, there's shampoo, there's towels. Down at Phantom Ranch, they have little showers, so we thought we could take a little rinse or something, and we can go explore the little trails." So when we get there, they tell us that the water is not running. We can't even rinse ourselves. And I'm pissed already because it was so hot. And we ran out of water, so I just go straight to the cabin and fall asleep. But when I take off my shoes, I have 5 blisters the size of quarters on each foot just because of the shoes. So that happens, and I wake up, and my mom and dad are soaking wet. And I was like, "Are the showers working now?" And they said, "No, we took a shower in the river." So we fall asleep, and then somebody wakes us up in the middle of the night throwing up. Somebody in our cabin threw up because they were so dehydrated. And it was just terrible. So then, again, we woke up at the crack of dawn, hiked back up, and my mom's knees gave out. We left her behind. And it was just me, my brother, and my sister hiking back up. And then about in the 6th mile, we lose my brother because his lungs gave out. And then, so it was just me and my sister the last mile, and I gave out because it was just terrible. That last mile, I can't even explain to you how hard it was. And I told her to just leave me behind. So she goes up, and then I come along with her like about an hour later. My brother comes about an hour later after that, and we're just waiting for my mom. And my mom and my dad, we hear walkie-talkies saying like somebody passed out at the bottom, that they need medical attention. We're thinking in our heads, that's probably my mom. She needs help. And then what do you know? We see my mom crawling up, and her and my dad come, and she wanders off. So we lose her, but that's another story in itself. So I guess the moral of the story is don't hike the Grand Canyon unless you are physically prepared for it. The end.